Hunting cameras have become a useful accessory for wildlife lovers and supernatural hunters. However, in some cases, what the owners of these devices managed to capture made them regret their decision to install the device. Of course, surveillance cameras are a wonderful invention that allows us to observe the phenomena of our world that we did not notice before. But sometimes, what we find turns out to be completely creepy. I present to your attention 15 of the most unusual things ever filmed on a hunting camera for a pleasant viewing. In modern culture, crows are notorious. Many consider them an evil omen and are associated with death and illness. But in fact, they are charming creatures with very complex habits and high intelligence. In the first picture, we see a crow taking off of very strange proportions. An abnormally large creature is clearly much larger than the others, and although this is most likely a deception of vision, the photo still looks mysterious and strangely. Some people even claim that it could be a snapshot of the legendary thunderbird, a supernatural ancient bird-like creature from the American folklore. In another video, a group of crows can be seen sitting on the grass and standing with their backs to each other. Suddenly another bird appears that seems to be in a hurry to take its place in a strange formation, as if conducting some kind of ritual. The curious behavior of these cunning creatures leaves us with many more guesses and questions. They are clearly capable of much more than their feathered relatives. One day, a rancher noticed this on his surveillance camera, but could not explain what exactly she captured on a seemingly ordinary day. When a man he went out to the pasture, he quickly realized that his Scott noticed something strange, and then he saw this inexplicable green phenomenon himself. The puzzled man uploaded the video to the internet, where many theories appeared, and another farmer said that he once saw the same thing near his pasture. The object in question is difficult to see because it is covered with a foggy halo green light, which makes it even more frightening. Whether it could be an alien spacecraft or some kind of scientific technology that we have not yet encountered. Write your opinion in the comments. These shots from Ohio show someone dressed in a chicken costume, walking through the woods and Maine, clapping his hands up and down and jokingly singing a popular biblical song. A man in a ridiculous costume, seemingly lost in his own world, knows that the camera is watching him and even comically dancing for future viewers. The identity of the person who was hiding in this huge chicken costume has not been established, and we can only hope that he safely reached his destination, because for a lonely, overgrown chicken, being in the forest can be very dangerous. Perhaps this person worked as a mascot character and was heading to work, or he dressed up as a chicken for fun. Now we won't know it, but it's for the best that they also know the case when cameras captured people in gorilla costumes is no less a creepy sight. White-tailed deer of North America are one of the most recognizable species in the world. They fascinate us with their restless nature and cute appearance. But what perhaps most attracts us to these creatures is the horns adorning their heads. Each pair is completely unique. It is an amazing work of art of nature, and usually they grow only in male deer. Surprisingly, horns are one of the fastest growing tissues in nature, capable of growing more than at 2 cum per day. Some male deer have abnormal growth of horns caused either by trauma or a genetic disease. Someone managed to capture one such deer on a hunting camera. In addition to the slightly comical appearance, the deer does not seem to experience any particular inconvenience due to the enemies growing outside, and you can see how he looks at the camera with interest, apparently wanting to show the world his unusual hairstyle. The following shots, taken somewhere in a deep dark forest late at night, can be seen as something terrifying is hiding behind the trees. A pale humanoid creature seems to understand that he is being watched and all the time deftly hides behind the crowns of trees without ever showing the camera his whole body. He looks suspiciously towards the camera and then instantly runs away, moving much faster than a person late at night. At some point it seems that the creepy creature wants to get out of, but fortunately for us, it refuses this idea and hides behind the trees again suddenly, which is very scary. It completely disappears from the frame and everything becomes quiet again. Then in an instant, but violently pounces on the camera, almost breaking it. The attack on the hunting camera is captured in precise detail. You can even see a pair of large threatening teeth trying to bite through the lens. Almost everyone imagines what a Bigfoot looks like, and although many do not believe in this mythical animal, there are avid supporters of the theory of its existence who explore secluded places of the planet and install cameras in the hope of seeing this creature. In some cases, they even manage to capture what looks like real pictures of a Bigfoot in these videos. We see a glimpse running through the forest is a furry creature that is definitely bigger than any primate. So the question of whether there is a Bigfoot remains one of the most discussed in our time. And if you believe in all the most discussed in our time, and if you believe in all these countries and observations, it seems even more plausible that a Bigfoot can still hide somewhere in unknown places. Amazing footage of the elusive mountain lion was taken in the foothills in California. We see in detail a large, elegant cat on them. The owner of the security camera was able to determine that this is a large adult female mountain lion, as it turned out that the striking and graceful animal often visits their site. A mountain lion, also known as a cougar, walks casually around the yard. A large species of the cat family, living in a variety of places throughout America, from the mountains to the desert swamps. Historically, mountain lions could be found throughout North and South America. This is the largest range among all living mammals in America, and the family has many subspecies. A mountain lion needs 13 times more territory to live than a brown bear, or 40 times more than lynxes. Therefore, the continued existence of these animals depends on the preservation of their natural habitat. The mountain lion is rarely seen even by biologists, let alone ordinary people, so meetings like this really only happen once in a lifetime. The hunting camera took several pictures in the forest of what sometimes seems to be brightly glowing creepy eyes. It seems that a certain creature, whatever it is, looks directly into the lens. The eyes are located too high to belong to a big cat, bear or deer. Some even suggested that they could be the eyes of the legendary skinwalker. In American folklore, skinwalker is an evil witch who can turn into an animal or disguise herself as him. She can also inhabit people and walk in their bodies. On the videos you can see how the coyote is curiously sniffing some bushes, doing her own business, when suddenly unusual glowing eyes appear out of the darkness. The creature in the forest seems to have been watching the coyote for some time, until I felt an ominous presence lurking in the treetops and stopped to look back, but my eyes had already disappeared into the night void. The following frames depict an extremely creepy humanoid entity limping in the shadow of a quiet suburban neighborhood. At first it seems that this is an ordinary, a quiet night, when suddenly a very strange creature appears from somewhere out of the shadows. At first it looks around nervously, as if I lived to make sure that he was not being watched, and then quickly goes to a car parked nearby. His movement is completely unnatural, and it looks like he has no hands. Many insist that this is nothing more than a hooligan caught on camera, while others are sure that the surveillance camera recorded something more supernatural. We can only guess what it really was. The camera captured the following shots just a few days before Halloween. On a creepy video, we see a mysterious figure in white clothes standing in the distance, and although at first it seems that it's just a young woman, possibly dressed in a hospital gown, we soon realize that something is wrong with her. Although not everything is clear in the footage, a creepy creature or a person seems to be wearing what That strange headdress looks like on a pair of horns. A woman appeared in the camera's field of view at exactly 3A. A mystical time that is known in folklore as the Hour of Witches, or the Hour of the Devil. This time is historically considered the moment when witches, demons, and ghosts, at the height of their power and demonic activity, begin to manifest themselves. In addition, the camera is similar to experiencing some technical problems and buggy several times throughout video. This video was shot near the small town of Jonesboro in Indiana. We see a doll on a bright green high chair that was just left in the middle of the road. There is no one else in sight. Everything around seems strangely frozen in time. The creepy doll seems to be looking directly into the camera. Suddenly, it overturns abruptly, as if it was pushed by some strange invisible force. Coincidentally, the area where this happened, Jonesboro, has a rich history associated with ghosts that walk at night. This scene is undoubtedly creepy, and we would definitely be very scared to stumble upon this creepy doll left unattended. It even looks like a trap set by an unknown creature watching us from a forest shelter. The last thing any traveler would like to stumble upon during a hike is a pack of wolves. But now we can experience a sharp feeling of seeing it up close without any danger that usually accompanies this. Very rarely we can see a whole strong pack that just goes about its wolf business in the wild. Fortunately for us, someone managed to capture just such a magical moment. These shots are something truly special. You can see more than a dozen very large wolves carefully making their way through the dense forest, white snow lining up in a perfect line. Most likely the predators are part of a very large pack that is hiding somewhere because they are all strong adults who have gone hunting. An impressive pack silently makes its way through the night, almost without making noise, despite the thick, crisp snow around. Obviously, not only people and animals are attracted to hunting cameras. Some of their unlucky owners were ambushed by these frightening spiders, which slowly and eight-legged creatures crawl menacingly around the lens. They do not hurry to leave this place, forcing us to look at them as if in slow motion. In fact, spiders do not have any love for the camera, but they love insects that are lured by the infrared light emitted by the camera. They also tend to build their nests here because this place provides them with an almost endless and easy source of food, so that the spiders captured on camera may have been preparing for the arrangement of their new home. Returning to the topic of Bigfoot, 3 school children from southern Siberia recently allegedly they filmed footage of a snowman making his way through the trees. The boys were just walking when they suddenly noticed a chain of huge footprints in the snow. Intrigued by the question of who could have left them, they walked along a well-trodden path for some time, approaching nearby bushes. After a while, they found themselves almost face to face with a snowman. It seems both sides were equally frightened by this meeting. The creature disappeared, and the boys ran to in the opposite direction. The creature disappeared, and the boys ran to in the opposite direction. They say that this is the first case in modern Russian history when someone managed to shoot a snowman so clearly. Such examples only add to the growing number of evidence that the Yeti lives in the cold forests of Siberia. The next camera is mounted on a small group of trees, and all that can be seen through it is peaceful snow, whirlwinds. Suddenly something big strikes the camera with a strong, loud, aggressive blow. The camera is located quite high on the tree, is very securely fixed. So whatever it was, it had to be very fixed. So whatever it was, it had to be very big, agile, and strong. We could not see what kind of mysterious creature he is behind the attack, as it seems to completely avoid the camera lens. In the second video, you can see very large eyes looking curiously at the camera was tried, since it is directed in a game. It seems that the camera was tried since it is directed in a strange direction, and only the tops of trees are visible. In the last video shot at night, a very creepy hand suddenly appears that seems to be trying to grab the camera. It immediately becomes noticeable that mysterious attempts to break the camera do not belong to a person, but so far no. Convincing assumptions have been given regarding these situations. At first, it seems that a long, ferocious, possibly venomous snake against a tiny, unarmed squirrel is an unequal battle, but this is not so. Adult squirrels. Completely, they are immune to all known snake poisons due to a special blood protein, and they also have extremely fast reflexes. There are cases when squirrels attacked snakes, injured them, and even killed them in the following shots taken in the jungles of Costa Rica. One of these furry animals can be seen chasing a beautiful neotropical bird, eating snake, probably hoping to have a tasty snack for her at noon. The snake is in full defense mode, hoping to scare off a furry enemy. However, the brave squirrel does not give up and continues to circle around the snake, waiting for the moment to strike. She even comes right up to the snake. Several times the snake tries to hit her, but every time it fails. After making fun of the snake, little more, the squirrel seems to decide that it is not worth the effort and instantly disappears into the trees. All these intriguing phenomena, captured on a hunting camera, prove that we still have a lot to learn about what is hiding in the most remote corners of our world. If you liked this video, don't forget to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell. Thank you for your attention. I'll see you soon. Bye.